Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I drove past a house last week, and I swear, for a second, I thought I had time traveled back to 1998. White wicker on the porch, a little ceramic frog by the door, one of those green and white striped awnings hanging over the patio. And the wildest part? The house itself was beautiful, built maybe 5 years ago, but the backyard was screaming, "Friends just aired its season finale!" And here's the thing, I'm not making fun of anyone. We've all got at least one of these things in our yard right now. I had a 3-tiered fountain for like 8 years, and I genuinely thought it was elegant. It wasn't. I'm sorry, past me. It really wasn't. So today I'm walking you through 10 backyard features that, whether we like it or not, are dating our homes by about 25 years. And I'm not just going to leave you stuck. I'll tell you exactly what's replacing each one in 2026, what it actually costs, and the small swaps you can do this weekend versus the bigger projects. Stay with me, because number 7 is the one I see in literally every yard I drive past. And number 10 is, okay, I'll just shut up and start. Here we go. First up, white wicker furniture with floral chintz cushions. And listen, before anyone gets offended in the comments, hear me out. Wicker is not the problem. I need you to write that down. In fact, Homes and Gardens literally just called wicker the outdoor decorating trend all the chicest people will embrace this spring. That's a 2026 quote. Designer Lauren Saab said, and I love this line, "People are craving history over hype. Wicker carries that collected, passed down feeling." So wicker is in. Calm down. What's not in is the specific 90s combo, and you know exactly the one I'm talking about. White painted natural wicker. Cushions covered in roses, or those tiny blue flowers that look like your grandma's curtains. Maybe a matching valance hanging off the porch. That's the giveaway. The white paint plus the chintz fabric. That combo peaked when Titanic was in theaters, and it has not aged. The fix is simple. Either keep the wicker but swap to natural rattan, charcoal, or black with solid sunbrella cushions in neutrals. A replacement cushion set runs about $400 to $1,200. Or if you're starting fresh, powder-coated black aluminum is your most affordable option. And FSC certified teak is your premium. Teak lasts 30 plus years, by the way. So you're paying once, not every 5. Quick tip, if you can't replace it this season, even just spray painting white wicker matte black makes a massive difference. I'm not even joking, try it. Number 2 on the list is going to be stamped concrete, made to look like brick or stone. Specifically that running bond pattern. The one where it's pretending to be brick, but it's just not. And your eye knows. We can tell. You might think we can't, but we can. Now here's the history nobody tells you. Stamped concrete actually got invented in California in the 1950s, but it absolutely exploded in the 80s and 90s when contractors figured out how to make urethane stamps. Suddenly, every contractor in America had like 4 molds, and that's why every patio from 1992 to 2004 looks identical. Think of it like this. It's the equivalent of vinyl plank flooring trying to look like real oak. There's a moment where your brain goes, wait, that's fake. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. And I know what you're thinking, but ripping up concrete costs a fortune. Yeah, it does. But you don't always have to. Here's what I'd actually do. Option 1, real concrete pavers, $20 to $50 a square foot installed. Yes, that's more than stamped concrete, which is $8 to $25. Bob Vila puts a 400 square foot stamped patio at around $3,200 to $11,200, just for context. Option 2, my favorite hack. Keep the existing slab and add a paver border around it. Boom, instant upgrade. Option 3, and House is calling this a top trend right now, plantings between pavers. Little strips of moss or creeping thyme growing in the joints. Beautiful. Also permeable, which the ASLA 2024 survey listed as one of the top 5 residential trends. Win-win. Moving on, and I know some of you are going to be mad at me, spiral boxwood topiaries. The ones twisted like a soft serve ice cream. Or worse, the ones shaped like animals. I'm not the topiary police, but these things became a suburban staple in the late 90s alongside Tuscan Revival architecture, and they have a very specific, I bought my house in 2001 energy. Here's what's actually happening in design right now. Jake Hobson, he's the British guy who basically brought Japanese pruning to the West, gave this great quote in Gardens Illustrated, and I think about it a lot. He said, "It's not topiary itself that changes, so much as how you use it." He's now showing big organic shapes in wild meadow settings, mounded forms, cloud prune shapes, things that look like they grew that way, not like they were carved at a strip mall Olive Garden. And the data backs it up. The ASLA 2024 climate survey of 500 plus landscape architects shows demand for native, drought-tolerant plants is up 12 percentage points compared to 2021. 12 points! That's massive! What do you do with the spiral boxwood you already own? Honestly, stop trimming it into a spiral. Let it mound out for a season. It will look 100 times more expensive immediately. Or replace it with a cloud-pruned yew, mounded boxwood, or, if you're in a dry climate like California or Arizona, manzanita and ceanothus. Drought-tolerant and stunning. Now this next one, I'm not going to be the gnome guy. Let me be very clear. Garden gnomes themselves are actually having a moment right now. Ideal Home did a whole piece on it. Wayfair and Etsy reported a gnome resurgence in 2024 and 2025. So I'm not saying throw out your gnome. What I am saying is, and you know if this is you, the pile-up. It's the gnome and the ceramic frog and the cursive welcome sign in iron scrollwork, and the little garden flag with a watering can on it, and a wind chime, and a live laugh garden rock by the steps. That's 6 things. We can tell. The dated signal isn't any one item. It's the clutter combined with that swirly cursive font that screams Hobby Lobby in 2003. That font is doing the most. It's doing too much. Here's the rule designers are following right now. 1 sculptural piece. 1. A sphere fountain, a Corten steel sculpture, a really beautiful planter pot that's like 36 inches tall. Yardson's 2025 trend report shows water feature requests are up 23% year over year, and they're all moving toward this kind of single statement biophilic moment. And here's the bonus. This swap is basically free. Removing the figurines costs you nothing. A statement piece runs $200 to $2,000+. But even just clearing them out and replacing with nothing, your yard will look 10,000 times better. I believe in you. Speaking of doing too much, let's talk about Carriage-style lamps with that warm yellow incandescent bulb. The ones flanking your garage door, usually in antique brass or that weird almost bronze finish, with a candle-shaped 40-watt bulb glowing inside that makes everything look like the inside of a Cracker Barrel. And listen, I'm not against the lantern silhouette itself. Pottery Barn, Hinckley, they all still make versions. The dated signal is specifically the brass or antique bronze finish combined with the warm yellow bulb. That combo is pure 1990s subdivision. Here's a stat that surprised me. The 2024 US House Outdoor Trend Study, they surveyed 1,106 homeowners, found that 78% of homeowners doing outdoor system projects upgraded their lighting. 78%. That is the single most upgraded outdoor system. So if you've been thinking about it, you are not alone. The swap is shockingly affordable. Matte black square edge sconces with seated or clear glass. A budget pair runs $30 to $80 each on Amazon or Wayfair. Design grade like Birch Lane or Savoy House is $100 to $300. Swap the bulb for an LED, 2700 Kelvin to 3000 Kelvin. That's the sweet spot for warm white that doesn't look yellow. About $5 to $15 per bulb. Electrician install, if you don't want a DIY, runs roughly $75 to $200 per fixture. So for under $500, you can completely change the front of house energy. Best ROI swap on this whole list, in my opinion. Now this one is going to be controversial, and I'm bracing myself in advance. Here it is. White picket fence in front of a modern or mid-century modern home. Stop, listen. If your house is a colonial, a cottage, a Cape Cod, a farmhouse, picket fence is fine. It's appropriate. It looks beautiful. Per Cedar Rustic Fence Company,
It became a status symbol of middle-class ownership back in the 1940s and 50s. I'm not coming for tradition. What I am coming for is the white picket fence sitting in front of a 2018 modern build with black windows and a flat roof. That, my friends, is what we call costume jewelry on a house. It's like wearing pearls with a Metallica t-shirt. The two things don't speak to each other. Atomic Fence put it perfectly, and I'm quoting, "Modern homes often benefit from minimalist, horizontal slat fences, while colonial-style homes are well complemented by classic picket fences. Match the fence to the architecture. That's the whole rule. And the data is loud here. Yardson's 2025 trend report shows fence spending is up 32% year over year, and the leading designs are composite, mixed material, and horizontal slat. So this isn't just my opinion. Cost-wise, wood picket installed runs $20 to $40 per linear foot. Horizontal cedar slat is $35 to $40 for standard cedar, $45 to $90 for western red. Composite slat goes $55 to $85. For a 200-foot yard, you're looking at $3,200 to $16,000 per Angie. It's a project, but it transforms the curb appeal completely. All right, number 7, the one I see in literally every yard, the wrought iron gazebo with the white tin or canvas roof, the wedding venue gazebo. You know exactly the one. It looks like somebody got married in your backyard in 1999 and the gazebo just stayed. I get the appeal. They're substantial. They feel like they cost a lot, and they did. The premium custom ones run $10,000 plus. But here's what Redesign magazine said in 2025, and I think they nailed it. They called wrought iron the outdoor furniture style homeowners are rapidly saying goodbye to, citing it as too formal, too heavy, and not comfortable enough. That last one is key. Nobody wants to sit there. It's a museum piece you walk around. I'll add, Homes and Gardens says wrought iron is having a tiny comeback in like small bistro accents. A little cafe table for two. That's fine. The dated thing is the entire gazebo structure in the wedding tent style. What's replacing it? Pergolas. Specifically clean-lined wood pergolas. Or, if you have the budget, motorized louvered pergolas, which are the aspirational backyard feature of 2026. A standard wood pergola, 12 by 12, runs $2,100 to $6,400. Manual louvered is $6,500 to $15,800. Motorized louvered is $7,900 to $18,000. Premium smart systems can hit $150 to $200 per square foot installed. And if all of that is out of budget, sail shade. $400 to $2,000. Done. Modern, tensioned, looks intentional. On to number 8, and this one I have to confess to. The mixed color annual flower bed. Red impatiens, white impatiens, pink impatiens, maybe some purple petunias thrown in for chaos. We call this the bag of Skittles garden because it's just every color, no plan, vibes only. And listen, I had this exact bed for like 4 years. I would buy a flat of mixed colors at Home Depot every spring and just shotgun blast them into the soil. I'm being generous to my past self. Here's where the industry is going, and the numbers are wild. The House 2024 study found that of homeowners adding plants, 52% chose natives and 55% chose pollinator plants. Yardson's 2025 report shows color in the yard requests up 64%. But here's the trick. It's intentional color, not random color. Yardson's design director, Kevin Lenhart, said it perfectly. We're seeing a big uptick for the maximalist yard. The tides are turning after many years of neutral modernism to embrace lush plantings, flowers, and color. Color is back, but chaos is not. The rule designers are using is monochromatic palette in multiple textures, or 2 to 3 complementary colors max. Pick a lane. Do all whites in different shapes? Hydrangea, gardenia, white salvia, white roses? Or do a purple and yellow palette? Or, and this is what the ASLA is screaming about, go regional native. Doug Tallamy's research recommends roughly 70% regionally native plant cover for functioning food webs. Mixed annuals run $2 to $5 per 4-inch plant, and you replant every single year. Native perennials are $20 to $50 per gallon plant,
but it's a one-time investment. After year 3, you save money. Number 9, and this is the one I personally had to break up with, the 3-tiered Italian-style fountain. Cast stone, maybe a cherub on top, water cascading down 3 levels in your front yard. It is the defining water feature of the Tuscan Revival design wave from 1985 to 2005. Outdoor fountain pros literally markets these as evoking the Italian countryside. And yeah, they do. They evoke the Italian countryside as imagined by an American homebuilder in 1997, which is not the same thing. What's replacing it is biophilic minimalism, sheer descent waterfalls, linear spillways, sphere fountains. Luxury pools and outdoor living explained it well. Sheer descent waterfalls are more suited for modern and geometric pools. The water flows through a thin spillway, creating a sleek, elegant look. Cost reality check. A resin-tiered fountain runs $200 to $2,000. A sheer descent residential install is typically $1,000 to $3,000 for the spillway hardware, and total pondless waterfall projects run $3,000 to $11,000 per home guide. National average for any outdoor fountain install is $2,832 per Angie, with a typical range of $928 to $4,934. Not as scary as people think. And honestly, if budget is tight, even just a single basalt column disappearing fountain, $2,800 to $9,700 installed, looks 100% more expensive than the 3-tier. Less is more. I'm going to keep saying that. Last one, and I saved the most identifiable for last. The green and white striped vinyl awning. Sometimes red and white, sometimes blue, but always stripes. Hanging over the patio or the kitchen window. It's the single most recognizable "this house was decorated in 1993" signal. And I'm not even mad at it functionally. Awnings work. They block sun. That's a real feature. But the candy stripe vinyl in those specific colors is just so identifiably late 80s, early 90s that it pulls the entire house backward in time. Here's where the industry is. Casual News Now, covering Howe's outdoor predictions, and Yardson's 2025 report, both are pointing at pergolas, motorized louvered roofs, and shade sails. Fabric awnings have been pretty much displaced in upscale residential. Cost? Awning install national average is $3,033. Range $1,455 to $4,637 per Angie. Up to $7,195 for a motorized deck awning. So if you're already going to spend $4,000 on a new awning, I'd argue, redirect that money. A standard wood pergola is $2,100 to $6,400. You spend the same money and get something that's going to look current for the next 20 years instead of 20 years ago. And if you absolutely need the awning function, a retractable awning is $1,000 to $6,000 for a patio. Just please, solid color, not stripes, not green and white. I'm begging you. So that's the list. 10 features. And if you have one of these, 2 of these, even all 10 of these, I'm not coming for you. I had like 4 of them at one point. The point isn't to shame anybody. The point is, our backyards are honestly the most overlooked part of the house when it comes to updating. And the NAR 2023 Remodeling Impact Report found that landscape upgrades recover about 100% of their cost. Standard lawn care recovers 217%. So this stuff actually pays you back. And if you're thinking about resale, 92% of realtors recommend curb appeal improvements before listing. That's not me, that's NAR. So even just picking one thing off this list this season, the lighting, the ornaments cleanup, the awning, moves the needle. Tell me in the comments, which one of these are you guilty of? Be honest. I already confessed to the fountain and the Skittles flower bed, so you can't out-embarrass me. And if I missed any 90s holdovers, drop them down below and I'll do a part 2. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If you got any value from this, hit subscribe. The algorithm appreciates it more than I do. And I'll see you in the next one.